Betty. Hello everybody, I'm here at Myers here in Milford, and they don't have Kevlar tires, but they got these puncture guard, and I hope they're as good as Kevlar, but at least they're puncture resistant. I don't want to say puncture proof. And now these are 700 C by 38. You'll notice these tubes, self-sealing tubes, are 700 by 28. If anything, the tube will be just a little narrow. They shouldn't hurt it though. But the only thing they got here, so I got to get what I can get. But here at Myers, give me some tires and tubes for my bike. See ya. I'm ready to leave the store. Today's Labor Day. I think it's September 7th in it. Anyways, Monday Labor Day, 15. And got my tire and tube. Here we go through self-checkout. Here we go through checkout here at Myers in Milford, Ohio. See ya. This is my 700C tire. Schwinn here. Now my 700C bike is a road bike. It is not a mountain bike, and you can see it says hybrid tire. It's got mountain bike tread on the tire, but it's still road. So they don't call it mountain, they call it hybrid for a road bike. But see that liner built into that tire? It's not Kevlar. It don't have to be Kevlar. Now, I've got one of those liners individually here. You can buy them separately and put in the tire yourself. But I like the integration. See, that's molded into the tire, and that's much better because the one I have was loose. It's about that same. Mine's green, but it's still a liner like you see there. It goes in the tire just like you see. But the one I've got that's loose, the problem with it can move your new tire. If it moves your new tire, I've took my tire off and found mine where it's moved around the tire. And so if it moves, it won't protect the tube. Whereas this one here, it's molded into the tire, which is 100% better. It won't move on you. So it stays in place 100% of the time, and it protects your tire. Now them liners, I've used them for years. The ones, I've not had the ones molded like this. I've always put them in separate, the liners. They're called flat stops, what they're called, if you buy them individually. But I've used them for years. Now it says here, a resistant. See how it says that? Peace of mind, reinforced puncture resistance layer. Now, I've used them long enough where it's very close. It's very close to proof, not resistance. Why I'm saying that is, the only thing I've ever had to penetrate that was a commercial staple. Now, a commercial staple would be two-sided. It would be sharp on either end. But normally, when a sharp object hits your tire, it's just one point. That commercial staple was 2 points. It was dark in color, so I remember hitting it because I felt a bump or two. But what happened, since it was 2-pointed, it stuck in my tire, and it went down perfectly plumb with my tire. So it was perfect. It looked like the tire itself. It was dark in color, so it was hard to spot. I even turned my wheel a few times and finally found the staple. But that's the only thing I've ever had to penetrate. I mean, put it this way, they're so close to puncture proof, that liner. It's so close. It's like 99.99%. One more percent would be puncture proof. But I've used them for years. They make it sound like it's resistance. It's a high resistance. I want you to understand that. This ain't my first time using these liners, protective liners. I've used them for a long time, and they're very, very good at protecting your tube. The only exception if your tube is pinched in the first place. But there's a way around that. You first air it up, let the air out. Do that 2 or 3 times. Don't fully inflate your tire. Inflate it enough where it wants to tug on that where it's pinched out. He wants to pull it out gently. So air up your tire, let the air out. Pump it up and let the air out 2 or 3 times to get that. Just act like there is a pinch in the tube. Do that. Have no pinches in the tube, and that liner will do you very, very good. But they should, legally, that's why they say resistance, but it's like 1%, in my opinion, 1% from being puncture proof. They're very good at preventing flats in bike tires. And I love it because it's integrated. Being integrated, molded in the tire, won't move, makes it that much more protective.